Hi guys, my name is Max and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be bringing to you my January and February book haul. I am so excited to be bringing to you my January and February book haul today. I have acquired about 22 books over the last 2 months, and I know what you're saying, that is a hell of a lot of books to acquire over 2 months, and yes it is, but I regret nothing. That being said guys, I would also like to note that it is day 29 of the StrikeBackVideoAthon, which is created by G from G Swizzle Books, Ben from Ben Sanders, and Julia from That Bookie. So thank you very much for those guys for creating this StrikeBackVideoAthon. I have loved joining in, even though I haven't been able to get up videos daily. I still have loved doing videos more frequently and getting more content out there, and also interacting with you guys because heaps of you managed to comment on my videos, so thank you very much. This will be my second last video of the StrikeBackVideoAthon, and thank you very much for supporting. That being said, let's get into the books that I acquired in January and February. Starting with the book that I received from a publisher, I received Hero at the Fall by Alwyn Hamilton, which I received from Allen & Unwin, so thank you very much to Allen & Unwin for providing me with Hero at the Fall, and I cannot wait to read and review this one for you guys. So this one comes out on the 21st of February, and this is the third book in the Rebel of the Sands trilogy. Now, I'm excited. I really enjoyed Rebel of the Sands and Traitor to the Throne, so this one I am keen to dive into it. I can't give you too much insight on this one because it is the third book in a trilogy, but Rebel of the Sands follows a girl named Amani who lives in a dead-end desert town where she feels like she cannot escape. That is until a mysterious foreigner arrives in her dead-end town and causes some havoc. She ends up fleeing the town and joining a sort of rebellion, which is really cool. Really excited to get into this last book of the series, and the cover is just beautiful. Moving on to the books that I received in book boxes. The first book I received is Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu, which I received in the January LitJoy crate. Batman Nightwalker is the second book in the DC Icon series, and I'm excited to read about this one. It's quite a small book, but I've heard some amazing things so far. Batman, of course, follows Bruce Wayne just as he turns 18 and is about to inherit his family's fortune. At this time, there is also the Nightwalkers, which are terrorizing Gotham's elite. And basically, Bruce Wayne is next on their list. So really excited about this one, and I'm really keen for another superhero novel. The next book I received in the January Owl crate, and it is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and this is a exclusive cover, which is very different to the original, and I think I'm enjoying it. I didn't know how I felt at the start, but I'm thinking it's actually quite nice, but I'm not sure I like it more than the original. I will have to keep thinking about that one. I have already read The Cruel Prince and I gave it a 4.5 stars. I believe it is in my January wrap-up, so I'll leave it up there for you to go click on if you want to hear more thoughts on this one. But basically, it follows a girl named Jude. She witnesses her parents' murder by a Fae assassin. Her and her two sisters are then swept up and taken to the Fae world to live in their court. And basically, there's a lot of drama. The Fae do not like humans, and Jude is trying her best to fit in, but she also has to deal with the Cruel Prince. See what I did there? Really like this book. I think it's a very entertaining read and a very dark take on Fae. And so I definitely recommend getting your hands on this one. Last book I received in book boxes was in Illumicrate's Howler edition, and that of course was Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. This book is the first book in a new trilogy, but the fourth book in the Red Rising saga. So if you can get your head around that one, this book is a huge one, and I'm really excited. This follows 10 years on from the events of Morningstar, and I'm really excited to dive into it. I obviously can't get you much more information, but we do follow a few characters from the previous books and some new characters, so really excited to dive into this one. Red Rising, if you haven't read, is one of my favorite reads of 2017, so I definitely recommend you get your hands on the Red Rising trilogy, and then you can jump into Iron Gold. So next up, I will be showing you all the hardcovers I bought in the months of January and February, and I'm really excited about them. These are some of my most highly anticipated reads of the year, so I'm excited to dive into them and show you what I got. First up, we have Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman, which is the second book in the arc of a Scythe. This book I can't tell you much about, but the first book, Scythe, follows Rowan and Citra, who basically live in a utopian world where death has been cured. Nobody can die, and to keep the population under control, scythes have to go around and killing people to keep it to a manageable level. Rowan and Citra are plucked from their normal day lives, and they have to train with one of the scythes, and one of them must become a scythe and the other one basically dies. This is book 2, and I'm really excited about it. Neil has a beautiful way of writing, and you're just kept in suspense the whole time. The next book I purchased was Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvelle, and I freaking love this book. This will also be in my January wrap-up, so definitely go check that out. This one's a sci-fi book which is told in mixed media through interviews, and it's just really, really interesting. It basically follows a girl who falls into a hole when she was younger, and in that hole she lands in a massive metal hand. 16 years later, is a highly trained physicist, and they still have not uncovered much else about this metal hand. So this story follows them as they try to solve the origins and why this metal hand is on Earth. So it's really, really exciting. It's such a quick read, and the characters in this are absolutely fantastic. So definitely recommend this one. I was actually recommended this one by Jess from Jess Reads Books. I will leave her links down below. She's amazing. But I was definitely not disappointed, and now I've got to get my hands on the next two books. The next book I purchased is The Last Namsara by Kristen Ciccarelli, and this cover is what drew me in, let's be honest. It is absolutely beautiful, and I really, really like it. And I don't know much about this one. I know it follows a girl named Asha who is a dragon slayer, and basically she's there to protect her father's kingdom, and she has to kill dragons. But by doing that, the people in the kingdom hate her and think she's very wicked, but I believe she is offered a way out. So really excited to read this one. I believe Jade from JD Ray Reads has read this one, and I think she liked it, so I'm excited to dive in. And yes, before you get the hint, I'm excited to dive into all of these. The next book I want to talk about is Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn. Now, I absolutely love the cover of this book as well, which is really, really interesting, because I actually don't like people on covers of books, but this is just amazing. I love the girl on the cover. She looks so fun and free, and I think it's fantastic. This is quite a short book as well, and I heard a lot of good things about it so far. It basically follows a girl named Alice who had her whole summer planned, that is until her girlfriend breaks up with her. Alice swears off relationships, but then Alice experiences instant attraction to Takumi, but our main character is 100% positive she is asexual. So I love this one. It's very diverse, and I'm really excited to see where this story goes. It is a contemporary book, and I'm not a huge contemporary reader, but I'm gonna make an exception. The next book I got is another contemporary, and I know everyone's going to be completely shocked, but Chelsea from Chelsea Dolling Rings is gonna be pretty excited, I think. But this one is Bad Romance by Heather Demetrios, and the cover of this one, again, just blows me away. I absolutely love it, and I believe it is about toxic relationship. I'm going to read this one directly from the book because I don't want to get it wrong. It says, Grace wants out of her house where her stepfather wields fear like a weapon and her mother makes her scrub imaginary dirt off the floors. Out of her California town, too small to contain her big city dreams. Out of her life and into the role of Parisian artist, New York director, anything but scared and alone. Enter Gavin, charming, talented, adored, controlling, dangerous. When Grace and Gavin fall in love, Grace is sure it's too good to be true. She has no idea their relationship will become a prison that she is unable to escape. So excited about this one, excited to read about the toxic relationship, and I hope it's done very, very well. And I'm trying to expand my reading this year, so you will see me buy a lot of different kind of books that I normally wouldn't jump into, but I'm excited about it nonetheless. Next one is a book that was on my highly anticipated reads, and that is Beneath the Sugar Sky by Shauna Maguire, and oh my goodness, so excited for this. This is the second companion novel to Every Heart a Doorway, which basically follows children who have come out of portal worlds like Narnia and have landed back into the real world and are trying to assimilate back into society. They are sent off to Eleanor West's home for wayward children, and Eleanor doesn't judge them and tries to get them back to their portal world where they're from. This follows a resurrection story, I believe, and does follow some main characters from Every Heart a Doorway, and I'm really excited about it. Next one is also on one of my highly anticipated releases, and that is Gunslinger Girl by Lindsay Ellie, and oh my goodness, really, really excited about this one. I don't know too much about it, but I know it is about a girl named Serendipity Jones who acquired two things from her mother. One was perfect aim, and two was a pair of 6 shooters. And this follows her, I believe, trying to get out of the farming community she lives in into the town of Cessation, which I believe she will get a lot of money for doing what she is really good at. Hopefully I love it as much as I expect. The next book I purchased was The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Now, Janani from Head in Her Books, she gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I absolutely trust her opinion, so I picked this one up straight away in the beautiful, magnificent hardcover. And I believe it follows a girl named Nari who has never believed in magic, and it takes place in 20th century Cairo, where I believe she is on the streets being a con woman, so I'm excited to see where this one goes. That's all I know about this one at the moment, but I don't want to know too much going into it because I don't want to make any assumptions before I dive in, but I'm excited for it, and it has rave reviews, so really keen to dive into this one. The next book I purchased was Reign of the Fallen by Sarah Glenn Marsh, and I picked this one up on a whim this month. I was buying a book that got destroyed, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm already upset because my book got destroyed in the mail, so I ordered extras because that's the way I roll. Now this one follows Odessa, who is the royal necromancer, and she basically caters to the kingdom's ruling dead. So basically when one of the nobles die, she resurrects them by retrieving their soul from the shadow world. But there is a cost for raising the dead, and I believe some dead are raising in shades, which are very dangerous, and an attack ensues and stuff like that. But I'm excited about this one. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I love the idea of necromancy. Next book I'm really excited about. It is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds and illustrated by Chris Priestley, so excited about this one. Now this one follows a guy named Will whose brother Sean is murdered, and in the town that they're from, and they don't bother crying or snitching, they find the person who murdered their family and they seek revenge. So excited about this one. I believe it's told in prose. I feel like it's going to be an interesting experience. Alright guys, hardcovers are over and now we're on to the paperback. So first book I want to talk to you about is Invictus by Ryan Growden, which is the Quarterly Club's book pick for spring. Quarterly Club is of course a book club run by Book Roast, which I am lucky to be in, and our live show will be on the 28th of April, so definitely recommend you read this one if you'd like to join us, and just so you can join in the conversation, because I'm really excited about this one. I don't know too much about this. I know it is about time travel, and I'm excited already. The next book I picked up is a little bit of a classic, or I think it's a little bit of a classic, and it is Coraline by Neil Gaiman, and really excited about this one. It's illustrated by Chris Riddle. I believe everybody has read Coraline, but I've never read it, and it's one of Neil Gaiman's work, which I definitely want to dive more into this year. And it's about a girl, obviously it's about a girl named Coraline, who I believe moves to a new home. The house behind where she lives is super creepy. It has a mother and father with black button eyes, which I'm sure is going to scare the bejeebers out of me, but it's such a small book and I definitely want to read more Neil Gaiman, so I thought I'd pick it up. The next book I picked was Alice by Christina Henry, and this is a dark take on Alice in Wonderland, I believe. This girl is in a hospital and she doesn't remember why she's in the hospital, but she only remembers a tea party. But one night there is a fire in the hospital and it gives her the chance to escape. I believe something powerful and dark happens inside her, and I'm excited to read about it. Next up, keeping on the creepy, we have Final Girls by Riley Sager, and this one is pink and I love the colour. And this follows the Final Girls, which are basically a group of girls who have survived murderers and have been the only people to survive. These survivors are an infamous group. First there were 3, but then there were 2, and Lisa, who is one of the Final Girls, dies in mysterious circumstances, and I believe they might be coming after the rest of the Final Girls. It's again contemporary, like a dark contemporary, and I'm excited to read it. This book haul is definitely different to normal ones, isn't it? We've got a lot of fantasy still, but we've got a lot more contemporary books, which I'm excited to delve into this year. The next book we have is Take 3 Girls by Kath Crowley, Simone Howell, and Fiona Wood. This is an Oz YA book, which I'm also really excited about, and I got this from my lovely friend Erina from Erina Reads. She sent it to me and I love her so much. I'll leave links to her channel down below, definitely go check her out. And I don't know too much about it, but it is about 3 girls, Addie, Kate, and Clem, which are targeted by PSST, which is like an online gossip, I guess. And I believe their school's answer to cyberbullying is a year 10 wellness program, but it says on the back, nice try, but sometimes all it takes is 3 girls. See, I feel like it's a real feminist read, and I'm excited to dive into this one. The next book I have is Love, Hate, and Other Filters by Samira Ahmed, and really excited about this one. And it basically follows a girl named Maya who dreams about kissing boys and going to film school, but miles away there is a terrorist attack, and the person who is the terrorist has her last name. So I believe it deals with a lot of racism and hate, and it disrupts obviously her life by just having that last name. So I'm excited to read this one. I know it's going to be powerful and I know it's going to be moving, but I'm excited for it. Also, I forgot another book that was sent to me by publishers. So I have The Hanging Girl by Eileen Cook, and this was sent to me by Alan Unwin, so thank you very much to Alan Unwin for supplying this one for me. This one is already out. It came out in January, and it follows a girl named Sky Thorne, who is a tarot card reader, and normally she's, you know, just a con artist. But what started out to be a harmless prank, she helps police to try to find a girl that has been missing, but I believe something goes very, very wrong. No one was supposed to get hurt, but they do. I didn't like Eileen Cook's first work, but I'm excited to give The Hanging Girl a chance, and hopefully I love it. I will let you know when I do a review for this one. Last but not least, I'm going to be talking about 2 graphic novels that I got, and that is I Hate Fairyland Volume 2, Fluff My Life, and Volume 3, Good Girl. I absolutely love I Hate Fairyland. This was recommended by Chelsea from Chelsea Dolling Reads. She liked this series, so I picked it up and I absolutely loved it. It's a really different take on Fairyland, and I absolutely love it. Basically, there's a girl named Gert who has always wished to go to Fairyland. That comes true and she is sucked into Fairyland, and normally it's such a quick escape for kids to go to Fairyland and have a quick adventure. They go in there, they find their key, they go home. However, Gert has been there for about 20 years and she's bitter, she's angry, and she's murderous. So these were such good books. I have read Volume 2 and I wrapped it up in January. I've got to read Volume 3 very soon, but I definitely recommend these for a dark but bright graphic novel series. That's it from me today, guys. That is my January and February book haul. I hope you enjoyed. There were 20 or so books. That's it from me today, guys. Again, thank you very much for supporting me during the Strike Back Videoathon. I appreciate all of the new subscribers that have joined my channel. Hello if you're one of them, and thank you very, very much for joining my little family here. That's it from me today, guys. If you like this video, please give a big thumbs up, subscribe if you'd like to see more and have not already, and chat to me down in the comments. Let me know what books you bought in the month of January and February. I'd love to hear about them. And that's all. I make videos every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you in a new one. Bye!